No, we're going to do it with the number of
Okay, the cops are kind of doing a pincer manoeuvre now.
If they give a direction to move, give it a direction to move. If they give it a direction to go. Hey, if they give a direction, you can apply that direction. Look at who got the taxi. Look at who got the taxi. Do you see who got the taxi?
You're just in everyone's face. Like, even if you went a bit further away, like, honestly, wouldn't be too worried about it.
This way, guys. Yeah, this way.
All right, so we're coming into. Everyone's being sort of manoeuvred into Martin Place here now, and I think they'll. Well, Chris lost his glasses. Then they really go for him.
Maybe you shouldn't. Maybe you shouldn't stay out of people's faces.
It's the 7th of May 2025, and there's a rally here outside New South Wales Parliament House today, due to start in about just over half an hour. It's about an anti-abortion bill they're trying to get. The Greens are trying to push through, and these Christian groups are against it. There's more to it than that, but you have to read up about it. And there's supposed to be a counter-protest, which is meeting outside. They said they were going to meet at 5 o'clock outside the Parliament, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of them. It's about 5 to 5 now. So yeah, we'll have a little look around and see. And then this is the second of these protests, and the last one was like gigantic. The road was pretty much packed, and they tried to keep part of it open, but they couldn't. Anyway, we'll see how it all goes. I'm not sure where or who the counter-protesters are, but it might be this little, the red hood, and then because the cops are all kind of here blocking this part off, which is the top of Martin Place, and then one of the people that's got a lot to do with a group that's promoting it, I saw walk up through here. So yeah, other than that, I don't know. So I don't think it's going to be anything too much, if anything at all. Someone just told me one of them got led away already. So yeah, see how it goes. Looks like they're going to close the whole road this time, which is a much better idea. It was insane last time with the bloody traffic going past. And the numbers will swell. It's still half an hour beforehand, and there's a reasonable number here already. So yeah, let's have a look and see if we can find where these counter-protesters are hiding. they're very thin on the ground right now. Yeah, it could be these guys, maybe. Yeah, because they know them from. Yeah, these are the counter-protesters. Got their little there. Yeah, so it is them.
It's our favorite.
So this is these are the counter-protests. The cops telling them they've got to go. I think he's saying they've got to go back over there into Martin Place and away from here.
Let's go, please. We need you to move over there, please.
Well, we have a free right to be here.
No, what I'm saying is an authorised. No, we're moving along, please, miss. I'm asking you to move across. Thank you, keep going. Thank you. Let's go. No.
So now he's telling them they've got to move right away, but they're resisting, and now they say they're just going to go across the road. But there's more cops coming in now, so this will get. I think they will be moved even further.
Mr. Martin Place, thanks, guys.
Yeah, he's saying to go into Martin Place. So now they're trying to go here. There's a guy with a not happy that people are filming.
That's a lie. Maybe you shouldn't just stand back for a sec.
Listen to what they're saying.
Police are telling them to move on, and they're arguing a little bit about it on the umbrellas now.
Where's the line they said that they need to be gathering by? I have submitted a form one before.
Outside the New South Wales Parliament.
Yes, and so we are far enough that we're on the sidewalk that is away from New South Wales Parliament. Can I actually speak to the representative that just came to us prior?
The cop, I'm sure the cop in charge, and this Chriscoveries is just getting caned by this person with their umbrella.
That's alright, I don't mind being filmed.
Well, it's not about it. I'm also not touching.
Okay,
was going to be breach of the peace.
It's obvious.
So the main cop has gone again now. I don't know where he's gone.
Weird obstruction of privacy.
You don't need to ambush us. Thank you so
We don't want to
much.
do that. We want everyone to be peaceful.
So I think it'll get to the stage in a second where they'll move it. So I'm not sure why he's just over here now. He's kind of letting it go for a minute. Maybe he's waiting for orders from his aboves. But, yeah. Kind of thought it was going to happen, but wasn't quite sure it would be like this. But yeah. There's still a standoff. Nothing going on.
Over there. I can do that. No, we're going to do it here. With the number of participants,
Okay, I think the cops are kind of doing the pincer manoeuvre now. So
Been given directions to move. Been given directions to move. Hey, what the fuck? Been given direction. Why that direction? Look at who you're protecting. Look at who you're protecting. Do you see who you're protecting? Right wing yourself. Also protecting right wing.
You're just in everyone's face. Like, even if you went a bit further away, like, honestly, wouldn't be too worried about it. This way, guys. Yeah, this way.
all right, so we're coming into. Everyone's being sort of manoeuvred into Martin Place here now, and I think they'll. Well, Chris lost his glasses. Then they really go for him.
Maybe you shouldn't stay out of people's faces instead of being a gross, creepy man.
Yeah. Oh, the glasses down again. Weren't pop that time. So now, yeah, the cops will put a cordon along here, but the people that are at the protest over in the background, the actual original protest, it will be. They'll still be able to, if they use they've got a speaker, they've got they've got a megaphone, so they're going to hear them anyway. But yeah, and yeah, she's another one. She's from it as well. Yeah, so
He's not with us. Can you guys fucking move him if we can't move
not really sure. And there's more and more people now arriving for the rally, for the protest. So yeah, we shall see. We shall see what happens. They got a big objection to Chris being there. They don't seem to. No one seemed to say anything to me, but not yet anyway. And I think this guy in front of me, he's their photographer, so he's all right. I think Chris is getting told to go now. He's getting moved on.
Why are you filming? Can I ask?
Sorry, Matt.
Can I ask why you're filming?
I cover the protests in Sydney. Yeah. All right. I think this will be pretty quiet now for a little while until they're going to get the speaker set up. So they'll probably do. I guess they're going to have their own. The lady in the red sign says, "I put the omen in woman." Yeah. So there's no going back now. They're not getting back through now. All right, that'll do for this clip. It's all calmed down a bit for a second, and we'll see what's happening on the other side. All right, they've got a couple of banners out now, and they've set up their microphones. So there's going to be some speeches, I think. Reproductive justice for all. Raise hell for. Can't quite read the other one. I'm just trying to get the microphone teed up, so I'll pause again for a minute. All right, the counter-protesters said they are going to start in about 10 minutes when they're waiting on a few more people to get there. And so just back over at the main protest, it's good. The numbers are good. I don't think it says, well, it's still 20 minutes to go, so it's not as big as it was last time. They got some shirts this time and plenty of balloons and other bits and pieces. I hope these speeches are elevated so I can get a good look at it, because there's no way I'm going to get to the front later. But yeah, I'll just, like I said before, that Chriscoveries got absolutely caned by those people, but they kind of just left me alone. One guy finally came up and asked me, and I just said, I'm just here filming the protest, and then he just walked away. So that was it. And then the cops asked me too, and I told them as well. So yeah, other than that, pretty easy going so far. Yeah, I just wonder if one will drown out the other. Well, I'm assuming the one from the other side will attempt to drown this out, but these guys have got more horsepower in their speakers. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. So I'll head back over there, have a little sticky beat, move between the two lines.
Land that was never ceded. I pay my deepest respects to elders past and present, and to all First Nations people whose land we protest and organise on. Sovereignty was never ceded. Always was and always will be. Aboriginal land. I invite us all to take a deep breath together. Breathe in strength. Breathe out solidarity. We're not just individuals here today, but we are here as a movement. My name is Raven, and I'll be your chair today. I am a community organiser with the Feminist Liberation Collective, trying to protest, and a former women's officer at Macquarie University. I have stood outside these gates week after week, 2020, fighting for the decriminalisation of abortion, alongside decades-long inside that very building when abortion was removed for the Crimes Act.
Same. Yes.
Today, we're gathered here again because our rights are under threat.
Same.
The far right has mobilized a rally against abortion. And what do we do when the far right organizes? Exactly that. We show up and we shut it down. We are here today, not just in protest, but in protection of our futures, our communities, and our right to choose. This is what community resistance looks like. This is the definition of solidarity. We're here to honor those who fight before us and to fight for those who are yet to come. Carried by the strength of our ancestors, we demand hands off our bodies, hands off our futures, and hands off our rights! As someone who has lost my grandmother in London due to unsafe forced abortion, I have lived with the pain and trauma that comes when care is denied. Her death was femicide, and I'm not alone in this story. So many across this country and around the world have suffered, not because abortion is wrong, but because it's unsafe, stigmatized, and inaccessible. Shame. No one should lose a loved one due to barriers to care. Abortion should not be a privilege. It should be safe, it should be accessible, and it should be normalized. I'm here carrying her strength, and I'm here carrying my own. I had an abortion when I wasn't ready. As have many of my friends, and I know we're not alone. To all of us here today, standing in solidarity, this is your fight too. If you've never had to consider the choice, your role is not silence. Your role is to show up, speak out, and back us loudly and consistently. Reproductive justice must be intersectional. Abortion access is not just about legality, it's about class, race, migration status, queerness, ability, and location. For many in our communities, these barriers are even higher, and so is the shame. We fight for a world where no one is punished for surviving. We fight for a world where care, including abortion, is free, dignified, and rooted in love.
Yeah!
We are here today, fresh off the back of the far right's embarrassing loss in the election. But this work doesn't stop here. We are here.
But the kingdom of the Lord is at hand.
They want it now. Bring back abortion rights. We're here today. But this work doesn't stop. We're here only just beginning. Let this be our reminder. We're stronger together. We're braver in community. And we must be powerful when we lead with rage and love side by side. Take this energy into your unions, your schools, your workplaces, your homes. Support abortion funds. Call out disinformation. Challenge your communities. Check in on your friends and come back next time. Because we will keep showing up. We will keep fighting. Because when we do, when our rights are under attack, when we do when our rights are under attack, I'd like to invite our next speaker, Melissa, from Feminist Liberation
Hello, hi, my name is Melissa. I'm an organizer in the Feminist Liberation Collective. Oh, is this better? Okay, cool.
The mic, yeah. It'll feedback if you're too close. Yeah, that's fine. But like, hold the mic so the ball, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. I would like to acknowledge that we are standing on stolen Aboriginal land. We meet and organize on Gadigal land, sacred land on which Indigenous people have resisted colonization for thousands of years. Thank you everyone for coming. Let's start with the chant. Back to the backyard? No way! 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 I'm so happy to be here standing with everyone against this disgusting mob of Christian fascists. When we show up, we are telling them that no matter how many people they bring, we will always be right here and we'll never stop resisting. No matter how much funding we have, how much funding they have, we will always bring the fight. Let's chant again. We will fight, we will win, put the bigots in the bin.
We will fight, we will win, put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win, put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win, put the bigots in the bin.
I think I can confidently say that most people in that crowd can't even articulate what the bill they are standing against says. Most people in the crowd have been fed lies by the Australian Christian lobby and by anti-choice advocates telling them that the bill seeks to oppress Christians, that the bill will shut down Christian hospitals, and that the bill will force medical practitioners to perform abortions against their will. I have no patience and no empathy to the people vulnerable to this propaganda, because fundamentally what they understand is they are coming to fuck with our rights. We have seen this before. We understand what it means when Christians ask us to think about their religious freedoms. It comes in the form of women being denied healthcare, queer people being fired from our jobs, sex workers being denied housing, women being forced into giving birth, gay people being denied parental rights. We have all heard stories of women being guilted, shamed, and denied healthcare by medical professionals. I have walked into doctors' offices which have signs that read, "We do not prescribe contraception here."
Shame!
Shame!
At every stage, access to basic bodily autonomy is denied. Imagine this was the only clinic in your local area. Imagine you are a young person with no information besides an understanding that you do not want to be a mother. And that is what this bill is about. It's about making abortion and information about abortion readily available, to making sure no one has to travel hundreds of kilometers, pay thousands of dollars, or have a delay in a basic medical procedure because they lack access. This bill will ensure abortion services and resources exist within reasonable distances, and it expands the duty of midwives and nurses in their ability to provide medical care, which they are more than qualified to provide. It also means that doctors who do have moral objections to helping you get an abortion have to do their job and refer you to someone else. What do we want? Choice! When do we want it? Now! What do we want?
Choice!
When do we want it?
Always!
What do we want?
Choice!
When do we want it?
Always!
The violent urge to control women's bodies in such a way that you would force someone to give birth is beyond fucking evil. As if giving birth is an easy thing to do. As if being a mother is something that you should just stumble on against your will. If these people understood the value of life, they would understand not just the value in a hypothetical life, but the value of the person giving birth. And that is what is denied to women in this conversation. It's our fucking humanity. Motherhood can be such a beautiful thing, but women have every right to reject a complete transformation of your life and soul. Motherhood is not just the process of having a child. It's socially, socially transformative. And we cannot pretend we live in a country where the labour of a mother is appreciated. Feminized industries like nursing, early childhood education, teaching are underpaid and overexploited. Mothers are discriminated against in the hiring process, rent is going up, nappies are going up, and people are fucking misogynistic. Children are getting stolen every day, and the list goes on. Mothers have never been valued in any material way that would help raise a child in this country. The Australian Christian lobby is a right-wing hate group who have funding and resources and full hate. They do not represent the beliefs of everyday people or even everyday religious people. They are entirely fueled on misinformation and a fake sense of persecution. They can rally any time, but we are never going back, and in fact we are going forward, because I stand in front of a group of people who actually give a fuck about our collective rights, and that's why we are here today. When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up like that! When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that!
When abortion rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that!
Thank you, Raven. And those guys are pretty loud over there, but that's all right. I'm very loud as well. Hi everyone, my name's Martha. I'm one of the women's officers at the University of Sydney. I would like to begin by acknowledging that we're gathering here on stolen Gadigal land, and as we fight for reproductive rights in this so-called country, we can never forget how the state and the medical system has been weaponised against First Nations women. Religious institutions and the healthcare system have always been core ways that violence has been enacted and continues to be enacted upon First Nations people. In protests such as these, which demand abortion access, it also cannot be ignored how the fight for reproductive justice for many women in this country has always been different to the fight for First Nations women. While feminists have been able to demand abortions and contraceptives, that same medical system has been used to forcibly sterilise First Nations women and steal their children, a practice that is ongoing, with 43% of children in out-of-home care being First Nations. For decades, First Nations people have been speaking out against forced sterilisation and forced birth, and research has shown that even into the 60s and 70s, the government was undertaking covert programs that appeared to emphasise choice and family planning, but in reality were aimed at curbing what was perceived as too high of a birth rate amongst Indigenous communities, mostly by encouraging women to get IUDs. So in discussing abortion rights and who has access to what, we must remember that the fundamental principle is the right to bodily autonomy and the right to choose without interference from religious institutions or policymakers that seek to control women's bodies. As noted, I'm the women's officer at the University of Sydney, and over the past few weeks we've had a number of visits on campus from the so-called abortion abolitionists, who are a group of far-right conservative Christian nationalists who believe in absolute criminalisation of abortion. They stand on campus holding signs and spreading vile messages of hate towards women, victims of rape and incest, and queer people. They heckle students, they hold violent and grotesque signs, and they've recently started taking to filming students without their consent. These people aren't really worth dealing with, but nonetheless we decided to have a chat with them a few weeks ago. And we found essentially exactly what we were expecting. They told us not to be sluts and that we could just prevent abortions by closing our legs. They weaponize transphobia when we say that they'll never fully understand because they don't get pregnant. They turn and make jokes to us saying, oh, you're assuming I don't have a uterus, so you're assuming my gender. They'll refute that it's about misogyny. They'll say that it's about human rights and protecting children. But it's funny how there are so many ways that you could campaign to make the lives of children better in this country. We could keep them out of prison. We could keep them out of poverty. We could keep them free from sexual violence and abuse. But instead, they pick the one project that allows them to completely control and inflict violence upon them. And yet they're here, campus security refuses to move them on, never mind they're being actively misogynistic, harassing students and making campus an unsafe place. The people protesting this bill today are similar. They pretend to do this under the guise of human rights and women's rights, You take a closer look and you see that all of their closest allies are violent, misogynistic fascists. And there is a clear moral imperative to pick a side, and that is the side that they've chosen. We will not be on that side, and that's why we're here today. We will not stand by while attacks are launched on our alliance. We might not be able to change their minds, but what we can do is be louder and more visible and more persistent. I will not allow my rights to be dictated by misinformation, fear-mongering, and hate. Now, and as always, my body, my choice. Repeat after me. Get your rosaries off our ovaries!
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 Not the church, not the state! Not the church, not the state!
Only we decide our fate!
Not the church, not the state!
Only we decide our fate!
Not the church, not the state!
Only we decide our fate!
I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Campbell from New South Wales Young Greens.
I'd like to also just reiterate what a lot of our other speakers said, and like to acknowledge that we are here today gathering on the land of the Gadigal people whose land was never ceded. And as we stand here today fighting for equal rights and access to a life-saving medical procedure, we must also acknowledge that the disproportionate treatment that First Nations people receive in the so-called New South Wales health system, and that we cannot actually receive true social justice without First Nations justice. Now, before I continue, I would be extremely remiss not to note the despicable display by the New South Wales police force here today. Despite them blocking the roads, despite establishing a line, the New South Wales police have instead chosen to defend the far-right extremists and their fascist allies as they continue to aggravate against us on a discriminatory basis and continue to face this direction as if we are the threat, ignoring those people over there who continue to aggravate against us and try to take away our rights. Shame on the New South Wales Police Force, and shame on this line displaying behind us here today. Now, I was invited here today to speak on behalf of my colleague, Dr Amanda Cohn, who is bringing this bill to Parliament here today. And the work of her and my New South Wales Greens colleagues are doing in an attempt to make this life-saving medical procedure accessible across all of regional New South Wales. And I wish it could be that simple, that I could just have this discussion, explain a bill to you, and we could all move on. However, this sort of discussion wouldn't have to necessarily go ahead if these fascist political opportunists across the road wouldn't continue to oppose us today, within that place and without it. Apparently they believe it is their right to overrule your basic human rights and your right to basic health care and your right to be heard. And it is to them that I say, shame! The consistent misogynistic attacks hurled at my colleagues in their pursuit of justice is not only abhorrent, but speaks to the false characters of those opposing them. For too long have these extremists been ratified and supported by an ever-boldening far-right and a capitulating New South Wales Labor Party, whose leader today, alongside entertaining these disgusting attacks from those people across the road, continues to applaud an ongoing genocide in Palestine and the existence of the false state of Israel. So I refuse to be shocked any longer when I hear nothing out of their voices and continue to see them capitulate to this narrative, this disgusting false narrative that would see your rights revoked. Shame on the New South Wales Labor government, and shame on the far-right people that continue to make these people feel like their voices deserve to be heard on this matter. Now, I know that this is a topic that I speak from a place of privilege. I speak from no experience, and this is not my story to tell. But I can assure you that the New South Wales Greens and I will always stand united as we continue to fight to defend your right to basic health care and refuse to sit by as people continue to die in botched abortions or have their lives threatened because people like those opposing us believe your life, your right to choose, and your right to life-saving medical procedures is up for debate. Keep fighting, keep pushing, maintain the rage, and may we always maintain our right to gather in this place. And know that we will always stand with you. Thank you.
This is not America!
Whose street?
Our street!
here first.
If no one else will do it, then
Yeah, Gina, healthcare worker. Love you.
Can you hear me? Everyone hear me okay?
yeah.
We will fight! We will win! Put the bigots in the bin!
We will fight! We will win! Put the bigots in the bin!
We will fight! We will win! Put the bigots in the bin!
We will fight! We will win! Put the bigots in the bin!
Hello, my name is Gene. I feel off, sorry. I haven't written this speech, my apologies. I'll cut them off now. Is that a bit better now? Shit. Testing.
Now? Okay, great. That's much better. Hi everyone, sorry, I haven't written a speech, but I thought I'd chat anyway. I've been a healthcare worker for what, maybe 5 or 6 years now. That's scary. Health service worker. I'm also a proud member of the National Tertiary Education Union as someone employed by the University of Sydney, and I'm also a proud trans person. I just wanted to speak about a few things that, Martha, our lovely women's officer at the University of Sydney, has spoken about the anti-abortion protesters on campus. They use interesting language about abolition. They call themselves abolitionists. They say that they're going to abolish abortion, and I guess we want to think about this word abolition. What does it actually mean? Sorry, I haven't strung this together in my mind yet. I guess we want to point out the fact that this language really reverses the situation, right? Because abolition fundamentally is about the policing of people, it's about the policing of bodies, and we know that the ban on abortion is the policing of people's bodies. We know that revoking the choice to terminate a pregnancy, that is the policing of women's bodies. It is the policing of their choice. It is the reversal of rhetoric. There are plenty of other issues within the healthcare sector that relate to the bodily autonomy of people. We must remember that there are various other issues that pertain to issues around children's rights and motherhood that remain to this day. To this day, Child Protective Services is complicit in the forced removal of Aboriginal children from their parents. Shame indeed. This is not something that is separate from the healthcare sector. I have worked on a postnatal ward in which I have literally heard a woman crying because she is afraid that her black child would be taken from her. The reality that forced child removal remains in this country is one that is real, and it is one that these people do not give a shit about. There's a few other things that we need to talk about, right? Because I'm trans, and you know what I'm kind of concerned about right now? The access that trans children have to healthcare, to life-saving medical care, which in Queensland is being stripped. And it remains and because the Labor Party does not want to take a stance against that on a federal level, it means that they do not want to stand up for the rights of trans children, to allow them the right to transition at a young age, the access to life-saving medical care like beauty blockers. Shame! Shame! We are talking here about the autonomy of children, the right to transition. These people, I'm making some really crazy assumptions, but I actually don't think that they give a fuck, right? Do they care about the autonomy of children? Not really. I think they'll have learned that. And then their piggy friends, these police, from a brief demonstration previously, I have the feeling that they aren't concerned for my bodily autonomy either, considering I was pushed. So, it is quite clear to see who is on the side of these so-called abolitionists.
the police. Fuck these bitches, they're hypocrites. I have a few other things to say, but I forgot about it. Oh yeah, I should talk shit about my workplace. The University of Sydney was honestly extremely spineless well, I guess I want to say that their attention to on-campus action is selective, because university security didn't seem to mind too much the abortion abolitionists who were intimidating young students, but every single day there is a Palestine-related action, even a writing on a whiteboard with a university-provided marker. It becomes a large issue. The university will jump on it. The hypocrisy is massive. It is clear that the pro-lifers stand with the very institutions that we want to abolish, that we want destroyed. Fuck the security and also fuck the police. I'm tired of these bitches. I also think that the university is spineless. I've never heard once of the university taking a formal stance for reproductive rights. Never once for accessible and free healthcare for women. I've never once heard it. The same with taking stances for trans rights or for queer rights while still marching at Mardi Gras. What a load of fucking bullshit.
We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin.
We will fight, we will win.
Put the bigots in the bin.
We will fight, we will win.
Put the bigots in the bin.
We will fight, we will win.
Put the bigots in the bin.
Thank you, everyone.
Get your roses! Get your roses!
Of our ovaries.
Get your roses!
Of our ovaries.
I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Carolyn from Public Housing. Please give a round of applause.
Hi everyone, I'm a non-binary First Nations person. I'm Wiradjuri, Yuwindu Carolyn. My name is Carolyn. Anyway, this is all very personal for me. I'm an old fart, so I'm from the generation where a lot of people that are actually telling us what to do with our bodies are from my generation, and I think that that's fucked. I should be able to do whatever I want to do with my body. I've had some really personal bad experiences being forced to do things I shouldn't have been forced to do. And I didn't literally know that care was out there for me. So my body has had long-lasting health impacts because I did not trust the system. I didn't think anybody would care about what was happening to me, and I kept it all a secret for many decades. And I usually don't talk to many people about what I've been through when it comes to the whole reproductive business. And everybody just talks about women, but it's also trans people that are affected and intersex people affected by this subject. And we should be able to choose rather than have health impacts that cause long-lasting disability. Now I have a long-lasting disability that's partly affected by what should have happened to the so-called reproductive area of my body. And but because I didn't trust the system, it was bad back then, and it's going to get worse if these bigots have their way. And as everyone has said before, there's so many other marginalised groups that are affected by this sort of thing, like the forced sterilisation. Do they care that Aboriginal people have had forced sterilisation? They don't give a shit about that. You know, it's just quite ridiculous. I mean, the whole word pro-life, you're only picking certain, what's the word? you're only saying fetuses are what you care about. You're not saying that the children that are, as a result, the children that are actually born are who you care about. Because if you cared about children, you'd care about trans people, you'd care about queer people, you'd care about sex workers, you'd care about everyone, but you don't. You're a fucking bigot. And it really makes me fucking mad that these people are allowed to be right over there protesting a bill that we need. We need health care. And that's it. We just need health care. And whatever that looks like to the individual that owns their body, then we need health care.
What do we want? Health care! What do we want it? Now! What do we want? Health care! What do we want it? Now! How are we going to get it? Fight for it! How are we going to get it? Fight for it! Incredible. So if you open your mics in the crowd, if they like to come on by. Yeah, Rosh. Incredible. Chespa, please introduce yourself.
That's as loud as it's gonna go. I'm just gonna have to fucking yell! My name is Chespa. I am a transgender activist and a member of the Queer Action Collective at the University of Sydney of Pride and Protest. I am a sex worker. I am a writer. I am so much more than my fucking uterus! We all know that the state doesn't actually care about, the lives of children, as other speakers have said. And I want to highlight that the fascist fucks over there only want to use an abortion ban to make more workers for the 1%. That is the only thing that is achieved by banning abortion. That is the only thing that is achieved by upholding the nuclear family. That is the only thing that is achieved by ensuring that people who have a uterus cannot keep control of their reproductive organs. Women and people who are capable of giving birth are the antithesis of what the 1% wants. They keep us, they think we're stupid, they keep us out of power because they know that we have a capacity for togetherness. They know also that if they split us down misogynistic lines, that we will take them fucking over. They know that if they create their culture wars, if we cannot stop fighting ourselves, that we won't be able to fight them. And banning abortion, banning any sort of feminine health care, banning contraception means that people who are capable of giving birth cannot join the fight. And that is a whole half of the population that cannot join the fight. The state does not give a fuck about single mothers. The state does not give a fuck about transgender parents. The state does not give a fuck about Indigenous parents, who, a lot of which, are single parents. The state does not give a fuck about the child. Like so many other people have said, in this cost of living crisis, what child is getting enough food that they need? And if the child is getting enough food that they need, is the parent getting enough food that they need to provide for that child? I don't think so. 60% of this country cannot afford to pay rent and to feed themselves, let alone their children. And the state knows that if it forces us to have children, then we'll be too weak, too separated to fight back against them. Removing abortion rights is also an attack on people like sex workers, who, if our work is further criminalized, because the stripping of rights will not stop at abortion. The stripping of rights will go to repealing sex workers, because people like the Christians over there fucking hate sex workers. They think that we are abhorrent and shit stains. It's fucking shameful that we cannot decide to do what we cannot decide
what they want to do with our bodies just because, you know, the fucking, I don't know, Catholic Church, whatever Christian church is over there, I actually didn't look, thinks that a woman's place, a feminine presenting person's place, someone with a uterus's place is having sex with their husband, providing for their husband, and raising his children to carry on his legacy. And these laws that want to ban abortion, or people who want to ban abortion, are taking away safety for sex workers, because they will come for sex work rights, they will come for sex work legalization, they will decriminalize our work, make it incredibly unsafe for us. And even if they just use things like the Nordic model, which makes everything unsafe because it lets more dangerous people who don't give a shit about the law to exploit us and rape us. And if they take away our abortion rights, we are stuck in a place because so many sex workers are poor. So many sex workers cannot support their children. And all women should stand together to understand that culture wars, purity culture is just another tool to oppress the working class. There cannot be security, safety, love without class solidarity. Anyway, I'm gone. Bye.
Hi, I'm George, and as a disabled person with a uterus is so fucked up. Look at them. My own mother, the mother who has like, I know about 8 disabled children, called me today and was like, do you want to go to the anti-abortion rally? I was like, what the fuck? Do you think me, of all people, someone who is so heavily impacted, if I get pregnant and I can't get an abortion, I'm probably dead. I have pretty much no choice in life if that happens, and you think I'm going to go over there and fight that? No! That's so fucked up! And we don't talk about that. There needs to be more intersectionality in things like this. Because disabled people, we are so heavily affected by this, and we deserve to live. And people like that, they often think that, okay, but we won't probably fully ban abortion, you know, it'll still be allowed in the medical exception. Why the fuck? No, it won't. 3 months ago, I nearly died in a hospital because they refused me medical care that was going to save my life because feeding Choo was considered too invasive. How fucking shameful is that? Do you think they're going to save my life when I get pregnant and it's going to take my life and it's going to kill me? No, they're going to let me die. And they're going to let many disabled people die. We are twice as likely to get raped on the streets and get stuck with pregnancies that we don't want. We have no way of caring for, because again, I didn't have you look at the rates of DSP, we are forced into poverty. And you think we can take care of a child? No. The welfare system won't even take care of us. You think it's going to take care of me having a bunch of children? No, it won't. Disabled people deserve the right to abortion. Everyone deserves the right to abortion. I should have to live in fear of walking down the street because I might get pregnant and it might end my life.
Julie first. Hello, I'm Jannette. I've been fighting for human rights since I was 15 years old. And let me tell you something, I used to be a Catholic scripture teacher. So can I tell you lot over there that if Jesus was here today, he'd be here with the leftists, not with the right wing. Because he never, ever hung out with right-wing Pharisees. You're the people who like to protect the likes of Cardinal Pell. I'd also like to point out how many of those people over there care about how many children and pregnant women have died in Gaza and the West Bank and Lebanon and Yemen. Were you at any of those rallies? No, you only care about yourselves. And I'm going to make this quick, right? Because I'm usually quick about this. When I was 20, I was raped. Fuck the word sexual assault. There is a difference. If I had got pregnant and they had their way, I would have had to have a baby to a man who fucking raped me. That's what they want. They can never have it. They are bigots, they are hateful, and Jesus would hate them.
in the federal elections, and I think we really want to send a big message. We want this bill to pass. This is a good bill. But we also want other bills like this, pro-queer, pro-women's bills to keep coming, pro-trans bills to keep coming. We want to be on the offensive. Now look what happens when we've got some good things coming to women, to queers, in mostly rural and regional areas, because actually it's the rural and regional areas that women, young queers are finding it harder to get access to abortion and to good queer health. This is a reality. In the city it's not so hard. When I was 19 I had an abortion, and I am very proud to be out and say this. Actually in 2001 it was quite easy for me in a city to have a free abortion. It should be easy for young women, for young queer women, for trans communities to decide what to do with their bodies. But in Tasmania, for example, it's not. They don't have public abortion services. In rural and regional Australia, it is super hard to get an abortion. You have to spend a lot of money travelling, accommodation to get that service. This bill would help rural and regional New South Wales, so it's a good thing. But internationally, we are in dangerous times. There is the rise of the far right. This rally here we organised in 2 days. They probably had a little bit more warning. But we are seeing in the UK, obviously in the US, the far right are organising, but I say that we are up to the challenge, folks. We are up to the challenge. The federal election results didn't go all our way, it's true. But how many seats did Pauline Hanson win? How many seats did the Trumpeter Patriots win? It didn't go their way. Didn't go all our way, but the system is stacked against us. It's their system, it's their parliament. Our parliament is here on the streets, and this is where we make the change. So we want trans rights bills. We want abortion rights bills. We want to increase healthcare funding. We don't want any money to AUKUS. How about people being able to go to the GP for free? Not 9 out of 10 by 2030. What about now? Capitalism is trying to box us in against each other. Solidarity is strength. Dare to struggle, dare to win. If we don't fight, we lose.
We got a very good speaking list. Really grateful for all of us to just take this time right now to fucking be here in the first place. We're here. We organised this rally in 2 days, and the call out was real. We needed to stand up and fight against the fascists that are growing in the city. Next up, I'd like to invite Tara.
So we can override that incoherent nonsense that's just taking place over there. So when women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! When women's rights are under attack, what do we do? Stand up, fight back! Well, I think Rachel made a really, really good point talking about the far right. I think Rachel had a really good point in talking about the rise of the far right. That rally over there, they probably had some time to organise. We organised in 2 days. I think it says a lot about us, how we can be much stronger in the left. We can do so much, but we need to override the right globally. As the right is actually growing in strength and in numbers, and it's not good to sit back and not do anything about it, especially as many of the other speakers have mentioned here, that women's rights are under attack globally, trans rights are under attack globally, pro-choicers, fuck you to the bigots over there. So I think now's the time really to get organised, to actually make something and do something with our lives. We really don't live in easy times, and yeah, I think that's a good thing to do with our life. Thank you.
Incredible. Next up, I have Alice. Let's go!
Alright everyone, I'm going to keep it short because quite frankly, it's simple. We see these bigots here now crying for the life of bundles of cells. Now tell me, where are they once these people are forced to give birth and these children are out in the world? What do? Nothing. They don't stand up for fighting for parents, not single parents, not regional parents, not parents across the seas and everywhere across the world. No, they're nowhere to be seen. They just care when it's a bundle of cells apparently. Shame! Where's the support for those who cannot work while bringing up children? Someone's got to do it. Where are they fighting so fiercely for the rights of children beyond the womb? What are regional parents meant to do when their only local clinic just so happens to be religious? You don't have to ban abortion if you just make it impossible to access. They are nowhere once these lives are out in the world. Shame! Shame! And we know where this all leads. We've seen it in the US. Do you think they stop at religious hospitals? No, they're going to stop until they're in our public hospitals, in our doctor's offices, and in the period tracking apps like we've seen in the US. Shame! Shame! Frankly, after 12 years of Catholic school, I saw enough. I left them. And now they're coming back. It's for everyone in law, and they can get whatever they can get their grubby hands on. And now we're here to say, get your books off our bodies. We don't want it. You can have it. Be it abortion, be it birth control, and hell, be it my damn HRT. Get your hands off it. How dare they claim to care about life? They simply care to impose their religious laws on those who, frankly, do not give a fuck about that. Shame! Shame! That's all from me.
They got it now, but we're in the album. Alright, anyways. Woo! Does anyone hear any songs? Chat, you have a song?
Oh no, it's just like
Open mic? Oh, in general. So we got two female speakers. I'm going to say Evan
Hi, my name's Evan. I'm a member of the United Services Union and an early childhood educator.
Yeah!
I've never heard people be that happy for teachers. You know, you must hate the government or something. So, I want to start by acknowledging the land that we're on. This is Gadigal land. This is stolen land. This is a site that was genocide. And this is really important to consider when we are seeing this dystopian gender reveal event over here, which pits itself as being an event about the rights of the child. Because let's think about that act of genocide, that ongoing experience of genocide, and what that means. What is the rights of Aboriginal children in this place to a family when they are taken by the government and they cannot go be in the custody of their grandparents? What is the right of an Aboriginal child when their parents are so terrified of dispossession they do not even get a birth certificate because they're afraid of child snatchers? What is the right of a child when they are raised in a family of blackheads in custody and they are told, if you see a cop, don't run or they will shoot? Where is the right to the child? And I dwell on this because we know from watching the US that the fight against choice is as much a fight about building the right, as Rachel has said, as it is about anything else. These people do not care about the rights of children. They have never dreamed of the rights of women, but they are terrified of the idea of wide extinction. They are terrified of the end of the nuclear family. Not long ago, there was an episode of Four Corners that exposed a great deal of abuse. To many in the sector, and my sector is 97% women, in this sector, it would not be a shock that the hyper-privatisation, about 90% of early learning is in private hands, by the way, it's a commodity. Children are a cash cow. Also something not protested by them. But within these spaces, we see abuse. We see abuse of children because children are disposable in the race for profit. They cannot work, so someone turns them into another kind of product, whether it is a financial product, whether in the case of the Catholic Church it is a sexual product, whether it is someone to go on missions, whether it is someone to go out of care. Children are products in this society. That is the grim truth. And that is what they know. That is why they carry around balloons that say, wow, we're having a mass gender reveal. Because for them, this is just some gaudy product that they can push a button, put in a coin, and then get something out of, and then leave. None of the many men in that crowd will be changing nappies. None of them will be cleaning up vomit. None of them will be taking these children to hospital when they get sick. They will functionally be neglecting them. And they will be relying on the nuclear family to make sure that their partners, if they manage to get them, because a lot of them probably incels, but they'll be relying on their partners to be locked out of work. Because we know the nuclear family is there to absorb cost of living, is there to make sure sexism whips the women in the home to clean harder, cook harder, work harder, cut costs for the boss. Be the hidden bit of the economy. That is a joke. It's something that I see at my job every day. But we also have to acknowledge, and I really shout out to those who mentioned the question of Palestine, that we can't separate these questions of gender again from genocide. Most of the women that I work with are from refugee backgrounds. Whether legitimate, as the government would put it, if you go through all the right paperwork, or whether you've had to go on a skilled migration visa and slide in through another means. It is no coincidence that school cleaning, that early childhood education, that disability support, aged care, nursing, they all absorb the survivors of war. Whether Tamils, South Lebanese, Palestinian, Vietnamese, we see this over and over again. A displaced economy built on women. And what happens at that site of war? One of the greatest sites of sexual violence. These things are one nexus, where we do have a system that is built on violence, that is built on commodification, that is built on treating children and people as disposables.
Shame.
But we know better. We are ordinary working class people. We know better. We know that people mean more than a buck. We know that children matter and they are not just products. We know as well that children are not just cells. The fight here is important. When I first saw that this was happening, I was thinking about what it would mean for my campaign to fight against privatisation in the sector, to fight against child abuse in the sector. And if you haven't signed the petition yet, please do. And you can whip that person there to get a QR code of it. But I was thinking about that because the far right are using this question of sexism and fear of white extinction to rejuvenate. They are looking at what happened overseas. They are looking at the High Court rulings, explain some of the balloons. They are looking at the Trump orders. And they are saying, if we can win here, what other muscles can we flex? What can we do to make sure that the nuclear family is intact? What can we do to make sure that women are still in the home? What can we do to make sure that disabled people do not get the care that they need? What can we do to make sure that trans people are locked out of society, that sex workers are dispossessed? what can we do to flex our muscles? That is what they are saying with every iteration. And so with every moment, with every breath, we need to be saying, no matter our struggle, we will come together, we will fight, and we will crush this. And it is on that we need to know. Organisers have stressed the number of 2 many times. And in some ways that is coming as an apology. But it should be as a rallying call. Because if we had more than 2, we know we could make them look like a fleck of dust. We know that these would be nothing but a group of small incels begging to lick our boots instead of the bootlicking that they're doing here. And so what I expect of you as a unionist is in every workplace that you are in, you're going to say for this bill, we will turn out, because it is not just about whether you have an abortion. It is about whether you stand on that side or this side of the picket line. Whether you believe that we can control other bodies and turn people into commodity, or whether you believe people deserve basic respect. So which side are you on? I can't hear you. Which side are you on?
Protect the bill! Protect our lives! 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 Protect our lives!
I'd like to first acknowledge that as we gather outside this sacred colonial institution and in front of this that we have gathered here. Sorry, could you?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'd like to acknowledge that we are gathered on unceded and occupied territory of the Gadigal people. This is Gadigal Country. The First Nations have never ceded sovereignty and always was and always will be.
Aboriginal land!
Always was, always will be.
Aboriginal land!
Always was, always will be.
Aboriginal land!
I'd like to acknowledge that this is a history of healthcare and like Parliament that's weaponized against Aboriginal people for generations now. Like whether it's forced removal, any other colonial institutions that comes to invasion and annexation and dispossession. I also like to acknowledge that, first of all, I'm Juno. I'm a proud trans woman of color from the University of Sydney Queer Action Collective. And I just like to say that you see over there a bunch of fucking bastards. One of them blown in from Adelaide who had to come all the way to the New South Wales Parliament to argue that we do not have the right to reproductive justice. Fucking shame. What is happening outside here constitutes another attack on healthcare. Let me be clear, this constitutes another part of a larger wave that is attacks after attacks on our healthcare and our rights. In Queensland, we have a situation where the Queensland government has stopped healthcare for trans youth, for puberty blockers not to be accessed by trans youth. And on a federal level, the Labour government before the election and continues to be the same Labour government after the election has stated that they will also have this war on healthcare. What they have done is they've decided to take trans healthcare for queer youths and put it under federal review. What has been evidence-proven ways of stopping trans violence, trans suicide, and they have put it under review yet again, despite review and inquiries about how this is an effective way of healthcare. delivered to trans and queer youth. And yet, here we are, with a bunch of fucking fascists over there, trying to argue that we do not have the right to reproductive justice. I'd also like to say that the people cheering over there, they are the Christian lobbyists. A few people have pointed out, these are the same Christian lobby that are the hardline Zionists who continue to support settler colonial occupation and annexation and displacement and dispossession of the Palestinian people. 77 fucking years of genocide and ethnic cleansing, and as we have seen for over a year now, that what has happened is that fucking settler colonial state that they support, it continues to bomb hospitals, bomb maternity wards, to kidnap doctors, zip tie them, put them under occupation and invasion and murder and mass shooting and torture. And look at those fucking people, like they continue to be over there to protest for the rights of, supposedly to protest for the rights of children. Fuck, these people are the ones that are supporting the fucking mass murder of children and women and communities happening right now in Gaza, in the West Bank. Shame! I'd just like to quickly add, I guess, and also I'd like to also acknowledge that we have a bunch of fucking eeny, meeny, miny, mo fucking members of the New South Wales Police standing right here, every single one of them. Look at their fucking faces. These are the people who are standing here to take away your rights. The people who have pushed us off our streets to say that we do not have a right to be here. Well, fucking fascists are over there arguing for our rights to be taken. Look at them, every single one of them. Shameful! Fucking shameful! We will fight, we will win. We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. Thank you.
Whose rights? Our rights. Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
Whose streets?
Our streets.
I'd like to Charlie, introduce Charlie to
Hello everyone, I am standing here today in solidarity for everyone who is affected by this issue. Everyone seeking abortion has the right to seek that, and that's why we are here today. I want to say that when I was over there before, I was listening to a Liberal state MP speaking on the stage, and I was thinking about the absolute drubbing that the Federal Liberal Party receives in the most recent election. And what I want to say is that Australians have categorically said no to the type of culture war that the minority of people over here want to wage against us, who are the majority. And we are not going to stand for that. Because when Peter Dutton, who lost his seat, when Peter Dutton went to that election, what was he promising? He said to the Australian people, I will give you two things. I will give you a culture war and I will cut your public service. And Australians said, fuck that guy. You no longer have your seat. And the majority of Australians will also say that to this group of people over here. Because we want to stand for the right to abortion and we want to stand for the public service as well. Because who do these Christians over here represent? Yes, they represent cuts to the public service. They also represent the control of private Christian-run organisations in this state. And what do they run? They run hospitals. They run schools. They want to say that these are the places that even though their political opinion is in the minority of this state, that they want to have control over all the people who come to see them, who need healthcare and who need education. Well, we want to say, as the majority, as the public, we're not going to stand for that any longer. Christian private control of services that we all require should be absolutely destroyed in this state 100%. Close down every single Christian hospital and turn it into a public one in this state. Close down every single Christian school in this state and turn it into a public one. Because let me tell you, I went to a private Christian school in this country. And who I was fundamentally denied at that school. If there is a young woman who goes to a private Christian school and she needs to seek an abortion, she will not get support from them. If she goes to a private Christian hospital, she will not get support from that. She does not need to experience that. That is why we say we no longer want their control over our bodies. We no longer want them to control our education. When I was listening to that Liberal speaker, I heard them speak about exactly one other issue, that was abortion. And that was the question of self-ID that was passed in the Equality Bill. And that should show you that there is a clear link from those pink and blue balloons that they have over there. That what the actual role that they want to do is send us back to 1950s gender roles in this country. And we are not going back. We're not going back. We're not back. We're not going back.
We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We will put the bigots in the bin. We will fight. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. Put the bigots in the bin!
So their rally finished at 6:30, and I think it's really important for us to say one more time. Does anyone else like to speak? Be like the last speaker for today? Damian?
Hey guys, how are you doing? Just want to say hello to all you beautiful, wonderful, incredible degenerates. We're all here because we're fighting Christian ideas. We're not fighting for anything else. I'm not a Christian, you're not a Christian. Keep their ideas away from our women's bodies. I understand there's a little bit of irony with me having a microphone right now and holding this sign. However, I want to tell a couple of really quick stories before I let this go. I know that there are 3 people over there. If they're not there, they were helping to organise. I know them personally, not by choice, but by family. Right? 2 of those people over there are women. They've both had abortions. One of the people over there is a man who assisted a woman getting an abortion after her boss impregnated her. Okay, this is not about abortion, this is about control. This is about control first and foremost. They don't want to ban abortion, they want to ban accessible abortion. They want to ban abortion for the people like us, for the people who struggle, and for the people who don't go to their churches, and who will be forever negatively impacted by a pregnancy. Now, I want to say as well that I personally am responsible for 2 abortions. They really hurt me. None of us are over here saying we're pro-abortion because we want everybody to have abortion. We are pro-choice, right? The reasons my 2 loving partners in my past had to have abortions were because of policies that their politicians put forward. Okay? The first girl that I got pregnant was a Christian. She went to a Catholic school and she knew that if her parents found out that she became pregnant outside of wedlock, she would be kicked out of home, she would be homeless, and they would turn their back on her forever. We went and had an abortion, and it changed our relationship forever. Right? She didn't have anyone to turn to. I didn't have anyone to turn to because I was brought up as a Christian as well. Right? This has never been about abortion. This is about control. The second girl that I got pregnant, we had to have an abortion because we couldn't afford a child. We couldn't afford to bring a child into this world and give them the life that we wanted to give that child, that child would deserve, right? If they are serious in any iota to bring about change in fetuses becoming children, they will make it accessible financially, culturally, and every other aspect to bring children into this world, but they're not. They will keep having abortions over there because they can afford abortions. The other thing that I want to say is if we had a look at the people that are over there, I want to point out how many men are over there and how many men are going to get affected by an unwanted pregnancy. Fucking zero. I also want to point out the age group of most of the women over there. They are not at risk of having a pregnancy right now. They have absolutely no cards in this game. This is about control. Those old women over there are so out of touch with society, they think that they can just, a woman can just make ends meet, having a 9-to-5 job and everything will be fine. They are so out of touch and they can't get pregnant. Once you remove them, it's a bunch of sniggly little incels and they don't matter anyway, right? I'm just going to wrap this up now because again, I understand the irony. However, I love you guys. Thank you for the turnout and I love all of your messages. Thank you for speaking so bravely.
There's been a lot of stuff said by this group tonight, and I think one of the most egregious is claiming that the people who are passing this bill do not represent Australia. To which I say, that is fucking bullshit! The Labour, the Greens, the independent candidates of this party have just won one of the most historic majorities in a federal election in our democracy's history in the face of an election that we thought would be a hung parliament. And guess what? They were fucking wrong. The Liberals didn't just lose a few seats. They lost their own fucking Prime Minister candidate seat. And they're claiming to be a majority that they are absolutely not. Whatever vocal minority that is over there does not represent the Australian people. It does not represent the women of Australia. It does not represent the queer community of Australia. It does not represent the Indigenous communities of Australia. And it does fucking not represent me. This isn't just about women's health care. This isn't just about abortion. This is about health care for everyone. It starts with one bill, it starts with one change, and it leads to the fucking disaster that we are seeing right now in the United States, and the disaster which will only continue to get worse in the coming months and years under that orange fuckface's policy. And I will not sit here and watch these people who will not even live to see the effects of the bills that they are protesting against, because they are already 1 foot in their long forgotten graves.
I will not sit here and watch them try and dictate what we can do with our bodies. Sorry, I wasn't planning to speak tonight. 2 months ago, I was sexually assaulted by a co-worker. He's 20 years my senior. He spiked my drink. And if I didn't have access to emergency contraception, then I don't know what position I would be in right now. And abortion is not just an abortion. Abortion is everything that goes with it. Abortion laws are emergency contraception. Abortion laws are regular contraception. Abortion laws are fucking condoms. And I can bet that those assholes wrapping their disgusting little willies to cheat on their wives with their 20-year-old secretaries are using condoms. I can fucking guarantee it. Because you know what? They may like to say that they don't believe in contraception, that they believe in God's way, but I can guarantee that they are not representing the God that I believe in. Get your rosaries off my ovaries! 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 Thank you.
So a plan that we've been discussing is the fact that therefore one has expired. And the fact that anyway, we can't.
Let's go!
Let's go? Who's it?
Let's go!
Chanting! Let's start chanting against the far right. Let's stand up against the far right. This is our chant. Who's in? Are you in? Let's go.
Off our ovaries! 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 Only we decide our fate! Not the church, not the state! Only we decide our fate! Not the state! Only we decide our fate! Only we decide our fate! Only we decide our fate! Not the church, not the state! Only we decide our fate! Not the church!
my comrades. It's been a long day for some people who have had 2 rallies. So I think in a moment where, hang on, please look. In the spirit of what we have going on right now, let's keep the energy going. We'll be back! We will be back! And there'll be more of us. So we will be back! We'll 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 be back! You are protecting rapists! Men who have assaulted us! Men who have given us no choice! Shame! Shame! We have the choice to have an abortion! We have the right to choose whatever the fuck we want to do! It is not your choice! It is not your right! We have the fucking right to choose whatever the fuck we want to do with our autonomy! So go fuck yourselves! I hope you all had the worst fucking day ever. Anyway, continue. I just want to remind everyone that the colonial fucking police are keeping us from fighting for our fucking rights! So I just want to say, pigs go hard! 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 And I want to remind no justice, no peace! No racist police! No justice, no peace! No sexist police! No justice, no peace! No sexist police! Okay, so everyone, sexist police!
Racist, sexist, anti-queer.
Racist, sexist, anti-queer! Police are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer!
Police are not welcome here!
Racist, sexist, anti-queer! You are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer! You are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer! You are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer! You are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer! You are not welcome here! Racist, sexist, anti-queer! Bigots 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 are not welcome here! 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 Racist, sexist, anti-queer! 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 Bigots are
We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will fight, we will win. Put the bigots in the bin. We will win. Put the bigots in the bin. Hands up! Our money, hands up! Get your rosaries! Off our ovaries! 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 Get your You are all bigots. You are all do not care about the life. Bigots go home. Bigots go home. Bigots go home. I'm embarrassed about you. George Bell, go to hell. 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 George Bell. You all will go to hell. Let's be honest now. Get your razors. Go to hell. George Bell, go to hell. George Bell, go to hell. Go to hell. George Bell, 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 go to hell. We will fight your rosaries off our rosaries. Get your rosaries. Women's rights are under attack. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. What do we do? Stand up, fight back. Sexist, anti-queer, bigot. Bigots are not welcome here. 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 Women's justice, workers' rights, one struggle, one fight. One struggle, one fight. Women's justice. justice, workers' rights.
One struggle, one fight.
Women's justice, workers' rights.
One struggle, one fight.
Women's justice, workers' rights.
One struggle, one fight.
There's a placard that says the lives must not kill. Workers are on the side of women because women's work is not respected, and we are on the side. Women are.
What's your job, you dumb cunt? What's your job? What the fuck is your
Struggle,
job?
one fight! One struggle, one fight! Women's workers! Justice, workers' rights! One struggle, one fight! Women's workers' rights! One struggle, one fight! Women's justice, workers' rights!
One struggle, one fight.
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 One
struggle, one fight.
Like a woman's fucking rights? How embarrassing! How embarrassing!
for me now. I think these guys will keep going for a while until they get tired. But the bulk of the original protests, they've gone now. And the cops are all kind of dispersing a bit to a fair degree. So I think it's just these guys, only a few standing, still almost chatting until they get the nod that it's over, and then they'll go. And I'm sure if I can wait that much longer. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. This is a reminder as we leave to make sure to stay with someone. If you would like to go to an after event with us, just contact me, Melissa, or Raven, and then we'll lead you somewhere. Thank you, everyone, for showing up.
By the way, hymns does work. Guys, we can take a photo. Group photo. Let's take a group motherfucking photo.
We won! 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 Photo. Banner at the front.
Our streets! People united! We'll never be defeated! The people united! We'll never be defeated! The people united! We'll never be defeated!
Okay, that's it now. They had a group photo at the end, and it's all done. I think they said something about an after party. I'd say now they're all off.
That was great.
And I think everyone else on the other side, I think they're virtually probably gone. You can see through this glass here. A few just left over. I don't know what they're doing, but cops there as well. Yeah, that's it now. That's back on Macquarie Street. So there's a few still left. A lot of cops, so they're still going.
So it's actually convening the state to start looking towards creating real legislation and making real changes. He's been under a lot of stress from the far right, actually get arrested and things like that. So unfortunately, because the police are too busy keeping us all locked in here, they can't actually protect her from people actually threatening her life. But she has sent through a message for everyone. Tonight, Tony Abbott was protesting outside of Parliament because his people were losing inside. The anti-abortion crowd was huge and angry because they know that they are losing. The bill passed the second reading stage tonight, which is huge, and means we will proceed to debate amendments tomorrow. I expect that the bill will be amended significantly, but it seems like there is broad support for nurses, practitioners, and endorsed midwives prescribing medical abortion, which would make an enormous and immediate difference to access on the ground. Thank you for standing up for reproductive rights today and every day. It means so much to see your support on the streets. She cannot wait to campaign with us all for public hospital abortion provision after she survives this week's sitting fortnight. Thank you all for being here. We won!
I also just want to say that tonight just wasn't about the bill, but it was about the fact that we counted the far right as they stood in thousands against us, and us in this crowd, we outlasted them and we fucking won. And the fight to get this bill through isn't over. It still has to go through the lower house. And this fucking rally was organized in 2 seconds. Imagine what we can do if we all fucking get together and we build the next one bigger and we get everyone fucking involved. We will be back and we will do this again. We'll be back! 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 Fuck yeah!
Okay, team, so we'll be back actually does mean that we've got to be in a room all together, making a bigger plan. Because we want to get this through the lower house, and if we get this through the lower house, the men's government, the Labor Party, the Liberal Party, the far right will really take notice and note that any time there's an abortion rights bill or a trans rights bill will come out strong. So who's in favour of getting together and making this thing a real action to take more people onto the streets when we need it? Okay, check the Feminist Collective, the Feminist Liberation, check their Facebook, but also just keep abreast. Dare to struggle, dare to win. If we don't fight, we lose. Woo! And in this case, we just won. Woo!
All right, I think that is the end now. It's the end for me anyway. Yes, heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of cops floating around. These guys are going to go, I'd say, and then that's it. I'm going home, have a beer.
So please go and take a beanie boo or a Matchbox
together. Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King! Christ is King!
It's so great to be here tonight with you all. Thank you so much for coming out. You are amazing. And we care about our future, and enough is enough. There has been a complete breach of trust from Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor in rushing this bill through the Parliament this week. One day after Albo won the election, where they promised us that this bill wouldn't pass, they went around to religious communities telling us, we're not going to pass this bill, we're not going to pass this bill, and they couldn't even wait 24 hours to do a dirty deal with the Greens and rush through this bill in the Parliament. Say to Chris Minns and Labor, this is not good enough and we will never forget. Right now is this place as you take this vote, because in just a few minutes' time the people in this place, and this is the place, let's remember that in 2019 the politicians voted to kill babies in this state right up until birth. They said that a baby in utero right up until birth has no human rights. And now tonight they want to do it all again to get more abortions, to turn nurses and midwives into killers, and to force our doctors to be involved in this massacre of our children. And we say no, we say Minns must act. 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 Minns must act.
This is the Parliament, this is democracy. My name is Rachel Merton, I'm a Liberal member in this place. I was honoured last month to be the first speaker to speak in opposition to the bill. This is one of the most corrosive and disingenuous pieces of legislation I have seen in this place. It's good to be with so many friends, so many people here today, including our good friends, community leaders, church leaders, family, community citizens, concerned parents. We love you. It is critical to be a part of the debate tonight. I can assure you these rallies, these signs are vital to the Parliament. They do not go unnoticed. It is important that the concerns are registered in the community, and you guys are doing just that tonight. And the line consequences of this bill are as enormous as they are sweeping. They take the New South Wales abortion laws of 2019 to another level. I was only elected 2 years ago, and I've never seen anything as concerning as this. And what we have before us today is a legislation rammed through with the Labor government and the Greens that dominate this Parliament. The self-sex ID laws that gave green light to the invasion of women's and girls' spaces by biological men was only recently passed here, and this before us is more concerning. Friends, the people of New South Wales are entitled to look now at this bill and ask the simple question, where does it end? With the ideological, legislative agenda being pushed here by left-wing parliamentarians in this state. Friends, this bill is dangerous, undemocratic. It's built on deceptions. It's at odds with the best interest of New South Wales. I urge you all to keep fighting, and I can assure you I will do just the same.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for supporting decency. Thank you for supporting the best values of our country, our culture and our civilisation. I'm not here to talk about abortion, although I deeply regret the fact that there are many tens of thousands of abortions every year in this country, and there shouldn't be. I'm not here to talk about religion, although I take our faith seriously, and I wish it was held more widely and more enthusiastically. But I am here to talk about freedom of conscience, because freedom of conscience should be at the heart of any decent, civilised society, and this legislation, which is about to be rammed through the state parliament, is a fundamental assault on freedom of conscience, a fundamental assault on one of the most precious freedoms that we have and we should always cherish. What this legislation is attempting to do is to force every health professional and to support every health institution into facilitating abortion. It is extending the current obligation to refer into an obligation to facilitate. This is designed to drive conscientious health professionals out of the system, and it's designed to take religious institutions out of our health system. I want to make a political point, and I want to make a point of principle. The political point is it is absolutely shameful that the Minns government is using government time to force this Greens bill through the Parliament. Shame. Particularly after it gave repeated assurances that this would not happen. Liar. So shame on the Minns government. Shame on the Labor Party for engaging in this conspiracy with the extremist Greens. But I want to make an even more fundamental point of principle. This is an attempt to cancel conscientious health professionals. It's an attempt to drive good Christian people and good Muslim people and good Jewish people, good people of faith out of our health system. It's designed to cancel them, and it's designed to drive institutions of principle and of faith out of our system. It is a shameful attempt to change our society for the worse. It's a shameful attempt to cancel Christianity. It's an assault on our fundamental rights and freedoms, and my friends, it must be fought. It must be fought in the streets. It must be fought in the Parliament, and it must be fought in the conversations that we respectfully and decently have with everyone with any influence in our public life. So may God bless you, may God bless our country, and may God bless our society from this shameful act of decline.
Archdiocese of Sydney, Doumit. Please give her a big
Not only are we being backed tonight by wonderful political leaders, we have so many wonderful religious leaders here with us. And I'd like to welcome Archbishop Anthony Fisher, the Archbishop of Sydney. We've also got all the Sydney bishops here. We have Bishop Richard Umbers, Bishop Danny Hart, and Bishop Tony Percy, who just became a bishop on Friday night, and he's here. Bishop Antoine Shovel, Tarabay the Marinette, Bishop of Australia. I'm not done. And Bishop Robert Rabat, the Melkai Bishop of Australia. I also see so many clergy in the crowd as well. Too many to name, but thank you all for being here. You know what? It's so important that we stand up and we rally. It's so important. I'm going to tell you why. They're going to tell you that this bill is about availability, about making abortion more available in the regions. That's not true. Abortion, a life-ending procedure, is already way more available than so many life-saving procedures in our regions. It's so much easier to end the life of an unborn child in the region than it is to save the life of a cancer patient.
They're lying to us! They're lying!
But that's what they're going to tell you. What this bill is about is it's about silencing objection to abortion. It's about trying to remove abortion as a moral question in the public square. Back in 2016, the people in this place passed a law that prevented you from even silently praying within 150 metres of an abortion clinic. That was their first step in removing any public objection to abortion. Then they decriminalised abortion right up until the day of birth in 2019. That was the next step. And now they're not done. What this bill is about is it's about removing institutional objection. It's about removing individual objection. It's about stopping record keeping, and it's about allowing nurses to prescribe abortion drugs as if they're Panadol. They are trying to remove this as a moral question. They're trying to say that abortion is no big deal. You know what? It is a big deal. It is the biggest deal. It is the biggest human rights violation in this world at this moment. What they are relying on is that all of us will get sick of protesting. They are relying on us to get sick of this, to stop rallying, to stop writing, to stop ringing, because you are the only thing that is standing in the way of their goal of making abortion not a moral question. Are you going to stop? No! Have their way? No! Let's keep up the fight so that they can never get their way in removing abortion as a moral question from the public square. Thank you very much.
I was an associate professor of law, I had 5 children, we had a house with a mortgage, a wonderful husband, and in my state of South Australia, the Parliament legislated abortion up to birth. And at that point, I had a question, because I built my academic career on justice for working people, in particular for migrants. I'm the daughter of an immigrant. And I had to ask myself, if I care about justice, if I care about working people, then how can I not care for a group that is even more vulnerable and more voiceless than that, the child in utero, who has nobody to speak up for them other than us? And at that point, so many people said to me, Jo, if you come out on this issue of abortion, your career will be over. It is career suicide. You will lose friends, you will lose your professorship, and you will never, ever be happy again. That was literally like the message, that you just will never, you know, everything you've worked for, your Rhodes Scholarship and career, all of it goes. But I knew in my heart that if I didn't speak up, me, with all of my privilege, then who will? And so that was 2.5 years ago, and I had no idea that that would bring us. I had no idea what that journey from there would look like. because it was the right thing to do. And my first yes was to write an opinion piece in the Advertiser against abortion up to birth. My second yes was to do a speech outside Parliament. And the yeses just kept going. And I want to encourage you tonight and to challenge you. We cannot, as a movement, just turn up to a rally once a year. We cannot just hand out a few flyers at church. We cannot be silent and invisible any longer. I know 2019 was devastating for New South Wales. I know that you were gutted when this place voted to kill babies right up until birth. I felt that pain. 10,000 of you marched and they didn't listen. 10,000 of you came out in 2019 and they didn't listen. And I know how you felt, because I felt it in South Australia in 2021 when the exact same thing happened. The pro-abortion side had about 300 at their march. We had thousands, but the politicians in this place and in our place in SA were so pro-abortion that they just didn't care. But my challenge to you tonight is to go, what is your role in ending abortion in this country? What is your role? What is the thing that you can do to help us save these babies? There's a man who, a couple of weeks ago when we learned that this bill was about to happen, that they were going to rush it through, because the original plan was that Labor and the Greens were going to rush this through in the middle of March before the election in just 1 week. And I rang a few people in Sydney. I rang Monica, and I rang the man that you're about to meet, and I said, what do? We have to fight back. And they said, organise a rally and we'll be there. And Charlie Bakhos is an amazing man who stands up for the truth. He stands up for the truth and he has strength, and I admire his courage. And he was one of the first people to say, everybody, we just got to rally. So please can you welcome, from the Stand for Truth podcast, Charlie Bakhos.
I baptise in water, but there's one coming after me who will baptise in the Spirit. This is the one we want to get right, 100% right in our lives. There's no point in walking around thinking we have something that we do not have. Be bold today, be strong, and make certain. I'm going to say a prayer, people, and if you've got your ears open today, I'm going to say this prayer. Think about what I'm saying, because it's a biblical, scriptural statement about what God has done for every person. We speak to God, we say, Heavenly Father, I ask Jesus Christ into my life. Come in, wash away, take away, cleanse me in your atoning blood, every sin off my life. Jesus, you are my substitute. You are my propitiation. You have satisfied God's wrath. I am no longer under the anger and wrath of God. I have been made the righteousness of Jesus Christ.
I was going to start off with the Lord's Prayer, but I think I'll get Bishop Fisher to do that for us.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. May God's will be done.
Thank you. Well, big turnout today. Last week, also a month ago, we had about 5,000. Looks like at least 10,000 today. God bless you all. All glory to God. Major to I want to begin by thanking the thousands that came last time to this rally, and now probably double this time. Every single one of you who shared the social media posts and the WhatsApp messages, your support has made a real difference. You are the reason this movement is going. Look around, have a look around right now. People from every walk of life, from every part of our city. We've got Christians from many traditions. Roman Catholics, Maronites, Melkites, Coptics, Eastern Orthodox, Baptists, Hillsong. We've got bishops from everywhere. Anglicans. Sorry, I missed that one, sorry. And we're standing shoulder to shoulder with Muslims, Jews, and even people with no faith who believe in the simple truth. Life matters from the womb. One of the questions we keep hearing is, but it's just a lump of cells, or it's just a fetus. It's not even a baby yet. Well, look, let's look at scripture. For those who pray the rosary, I know not everybody does, think about the second joyful mystery, the visitation. But even if you don't pray the rosary, and you simply believe in the Bible, you'll know this moment very well in Luke 1:41. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. At that moment, Mary had just conceived Jesus. She was in her first trimester. What the world today might call just a lump of cells. Elizabeth was 6 months pregnant with John the Baptist, which is about 24 weeks pregnant. Yet John the Baptist, still in the womb, leapt for joy when Jesus entered the room, also in the womb, just a few weeks along. That's not biology, that's recognition, that's life. John recognized Jesus while both were still in the womb. What more proof do we need that life begins before birth? It's like Jesus was showing us, even 2,000 years ago, what so many today still refuse to see. Life starts in the womb. At our last rally, we had someone who was shouting in the background, who's standing right here, and he kept screaming out, "It's murder! Let's not sugarcoat it." And honestly, he was right. Abortion is the taking of innocent life. It's murder. No matter what your beliefs, deep down we all know this. So let's keep standing together. Let's keep speaking out. Let's keep fighting for the voiceless. Because every life matters. And every child in the womb deserves to live. Thank you and God bless you all. Christ is King. Christ is King. Christ is King.
They've just done the vote for the second reading, and we've lost it 24-16. And I'm sorry to be the harbinger of bad news, but John Ruddick, the Libertarian, he had brought amendments in to protect babies from being killed just because they're girls. He brought in an amendment, he introduced it, to protect babies who survived their abortion from being just left to die and discarded like their medical waste. And do you know what Chris Minns and Labor has done? They have blocked him from bringing these pro-life amendments. So not only has Chris Minns and New South Wales Labor done a dirty deal with the Greens to kill more babies and turn nurses and midwives into killers, they have blocked us from having our democratic right to protect baby girls from being killed just because they're girls, and to protect babies who survive their abortion from being discarded and dumped. This is not good enough. Who are these people? Who are these people? You do not have to be religious to be against abortion. That's a cop-out. But people say to me, Joe, I'm not Christian, so I don't really think about abortion. That is a cop-out. Are you a human being? If you are a human being with a heart and a soul and a conscience, you have to care about these babies. Isn't that right? And we care about these babies. And what I want to do right now, because I asked her, I said, are you willing to stand up? Are you willing to stand up like Monica Doumit, Charlie Bakhos, like men and women who have said, yes, I am going to do my thing. Are you going to do it? Are you going to save these babies? And if you are going to do it, I want you to turn the light on your phone and crack your glow stick and hold it up in the air now as a sign of your commitment to ending abortion in this country. Are you prepared to say yes to the call? Are you prepared to stand up for our babies? Are you prepared to fight no matter the cost, no matter the friends that you lose, no matter the job that you put on the line? Are you prepared to do everything to save our children? We are the people that say tonight, in this place, this ends. This is a turning point in our nation, and we will never walk away from these babies again. We will never say, we're too devastated, we can't do it. Why me? I'm just one person. Look at the crowd of lights that we have here tonight. If each of us shines our light, then these pro-abortion politicians have no hope. They've got no future. Let this be the last parliament ever to kill babies in this country. This evil ends tonight with us. Does this evil end tonight with you and me? Does it? Does it end tonight? Are we going to end abortion in this country? And are we? The answer, by the way, to the next one is no. Are we ever going to vote Labor again if they pass this bill? Let's do that one more time. Are we ever going to trust Labor again if they pass this bill? Give yourselves a big round of applause. We are going to end abortion, and I'm about to introduce you to a woman who has courageously put everything on the line, because that's the people we need. She heard me speak about 18 months ago, and she felt a little call in her heart. And she has an amazing career. She's a senior neonatologist. She has studied for years and years to get to the top of the medical profession. Her job is to care for little babies. And yet, when she heard that call in her heart to get involved, she didn't say no. She didn't say, what about my 3 kids and my husband? She didn't say, what about the years and years that I put into my medical training? She answered the call, and she's now the director of our new secular medical pro-life body, Pro-Life Health Professionals Australia. I'll say that name again because they launched last August, Pro-Life Health Professionals Australia, phpa.org. So let me introduce you to the very brave, the very courageous and very smart Dr. Melissa Lai.
I'm Dr. Mel Lai. I
study published just last week, 1 in 9 women suffer serious adverse effects from abortion drugs.
Shame!
Only 11% of general practitioners prescribe abortion drugs. That's because it is a lifestyle choice and it is not healthcare.
Hear, hear.
It's murder! This bill will effectively force nurses, doctors and midwives to do something that they do not want to do. No health professional wants to end the life of another human being. This bill will remove mandatory reporting from a procedure which puts a woman's life at risk.
Shame!
Rural women in New South Wales do not have access to emergency services like they do here in the city. Emergency services do not have the resources that we have here in the city. It will put an extra burden on them that will be just catastrophic in its results. It is now incumbent on the New South Wales Parliament to block this bill, to see if they're going to stand up and protect our next generation, protect our women, and protect our health professionals. We currently have a crisis in the midwifery workforce across our country. This will place an extra burden on these health professionals when they are already struggling to stay in their profession. We call on all New South Wales parliamentarians. Protect our next generation, protect our women, and protect our health professionals. Do your job! Block this bill! 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 Do your job! Thank you, Dr. So much courage to do something like that, and I don't want to underestimate, I don't want to belittle what I'm asking each of you to do tonight. You know, what I'm saying to you is, I want you to be ready to put everything on the line for this issue. That there is no greater human rights abuse in this country than the slaughter of close to 100,000 babies every year. And I cannot do it alone. Dr. Melissa Lai cannot do it alone. Neither can Charlie or Monica or our church leaders. Every one of us has a role to play in ending this. Every single one of us. And there's some young women this year who have decided to answer that call. And these young women, and I know they were terrified because they knew what would happen. They knew the trolling and the activists and the comments and how they would get death threats and so much hate, you know. And for young people, like I'm pretty old, guys, I'm 42. But when you're in your teens and your early 20s, that stuff matters even more. And so when they came forward and said, we want to step up to help end the fight on abortion, they knew what they were getting into, but they chose to say yes anyway. And so this year we launched an organisation called Birdflip. Can you remember that? Birdflip. Because we're going to flip the script on abortion up to birth in this country. We're going to flip the script that abortion is healthcare. And we're going to tell everybody that abortion is not pro-women. And so can you please welcome Anushka and Pierre from Birdflip. Anushka from Birdflip. My name's Piera. Yeah, and I would just like to say on the offset that I've had 2 abortions, and
and it is not healthcare. It's not healthcare for the woman, and it is not healthcare for the baby. And Dr. Cohn and the Labor Party and the Greens Party do not represent the women who have chosen this and regret it. What we need is healthcare for the women who do regret this, who have made that choice, and this kind of nonsensical, evil bill doesn't do any of that. They are not pro-woman, they are not pro-baby, they are not pro-life, and they are not pro-faith or freedom. So as a woman who they think they have a right to speak for, I say you don't. And you do not represent me as a mother who has had abortions. You do not speak for me, and I will be the voice for too many of us that have done this, regret it, and need real support, like the fantastic lips that we've seen step up and actually make a stand. So thank you for coming. Yes. We are nearing the end of this rally, so we want to make it loud and clear that this Parliament does not represent this people that are standing for life. So we're going to say a few chants to finish off this night, and we're going to begin with Men Must Go. 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 Louder. Men must go. 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 We're going to do one more, because we are standing to be the voice for those who have their voices taken from them. So we are going to yell and scream at the top of our lungs to end this rally. Let them live. 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 Let them live.
So something I always like to do at our rallies, and I know that the media for once is reporting on this event. So, and I say that because last time the media didn't even report that we're 5,000. So the fact that we are 10,000, I guess they thought well, we better say something. So Channel 9 has reported it as breaking news. But one of the things that the pro-abortion media like to say about us is that the only people that care about babies are white old men. And I want to tell you, and they like to say that it's just Christians. They like to say it's only Christians. And what I want to do in this moment, because I do this at every rally I organise, is I'm going to tell the men, you guys just have to zip it for a moment. Is that okay, guys? I'm just going to tell the men in the crowd, if you can just zip it for a moment, because we just want to hear from the ladies, loud and clear, that we are women. We are pro-life, we care about our babies, and we want to end abortion. If that is you, scream at the top of your lungs! This is the moment for the men of this country to stand for the babies and to say, we are the men and our job is to protect the vulnerable, to stand for our families, to stand for our future, to stand for our country. If you are a man and you want to end abortion, let me hear you roar.
We're here today to stand for truth. As we sing the national anthem today, may we be reminded that we have a calling to uphold righteousness and justice. So I hope you have the anthem on your phones if you're a little bit rusty. I want to hear every voice that can hear the sound of my voice singing this anthem together. Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free, with golden soils and wealth foretold. Our home is good by sea, our land abounding nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In this
the Legislative Council just had the vote on the second read, and the vote was 24 in favour and 16 against. That was half an hour ago. I put up 9 amendments with the help of Joanna, and the government and the Greens have said that 4 of those amendments were unacceptable. They were out of the spirit of the bill. So we just had a vote then on whether those amendments would be acceptable to have a debate, and they lost as well. Now I am often a critic of the Liberal Party, but I can tell you most of the Liberal Party members in there did vote the way you wanted them to vote. But I do have to, and so did Mark Latham and Rod Roberts and the shooters. But I was very surprised and shocked and disappointed. The 5 members of the National Party all voted with the Greens. And they've done this before on transgender issues. So if you're out there, I've been reading in the paper lately, the National Party is more conservative than the Liberal Party. I don't see it in the New South Wales Legislative Council. So look, it's a bad night, but look, it's still going to go on. They've lifted the heart of German. We usually finish it at 10 o'clock. It could go through to 4 o'clock in the morning because there's a lot of amendments. We put up good amendments, which some of them have been acceptable for debate. So tune in tonight on the live stream, and we'll be doing our best. But look, whatever happens tonight, we really have to mobilise the pro-life movement in this country. Because we often hear about the most vulnerable in society. We often hear that there's a competition to see who's the most vulnerable in society. Well, it's very obvious who wins that competition. It's the little baby in the womb. Because the little baby is voiceless and defenceless. But we know they want to grow. We know that they want to live because they keep growing. And every single person here had a mother who said, I want to keep this child. And so, look, the last thing I will say is that Australia has got a baby drought. We should be encouraging life as much as possible. It's a massive crisis. We should be encouraging babies, not aborting them. Thanks for what you're doing. The fight goes on.
can tell you that we're going to go hard, and it's 18 months until the next election, and they're hoping we'll forget, but we're not going to forget, are we, people? Are we? We're not going to forget. And we are going to hit them where it hurts. In the most marginal Labor seats, we are going to turf them out. And just so we can foreshadow the lie that they're going to tell you, they're going to get some of their MPs in those marginal seats to vote against the bill, but they're going to swing the numbers so that it passes. And the reason they're going to do that dodgy thing is so that they can turn around and tell you, oh, no, I voted against the bill. But we believe the lies no longer. If Chris Minns and the Labor Party makes this bill pass next Tuesday, I don't care which Labor MP voted against it, we're going to go after them all. We are going after every single one of them, because just like the Greens love killing babies, in the Labor Party there is an organisation called Emily's List. It's a secret, underground organisation, and if you want to know more about it, watch my YouTube channel because I do a deep dive into Emily's List. You won't find it if you Google Labor, but within the Labor Party is a pro-abortion organisation that seeks to make the party more and more pro-abortion, and that's why, even if some Labor MPs vote against this bill, we will go after every single one of the Labor members. And we won't forget. And so, I want to tell you a few things before we get to our closing prayer. So, and I want to acknowledge the Shooters Fishers Party as well, because you've come out. Do you want to come up and just say a quick few words? They've been a really amazing party. We don't have much time, and I promised to get home on time.
Yeah, we won't talk for too long. Look, it's fantastic to see you here all tonight. Good on you for keep the rage up, keep going, keep going, keep going. Our party, the Shooters, Fishers and Farmers Party, has always voted against abortion bills in this place. We've always voted against it. Originally, some 10 years ago, we actually made up the numbers, Robert Brown and I. We defeated it. But this place has changed. This place has changed, and the upper house now is not reflective of the values that we value anymore. It's not. And in 2019 we found ourselves on the wrong side and we missed out. Tonight we've just copped the same, and we supported what John was putting up, and they knocked it off because they said it was outside the scope of the bill. They've finished it for tonight and it's coming back tomorrow. It will run late. We have got a number of amendments to try and knock out all of the bad stuff in this bill, and it's all bad. All right? And I don't know how we're going to go, but we're going to give it our best shot. So keep up the rage, keep fighting. Good on you all. Please.
The next three steps is tomorrow in Mount Druitt, and you can check on my Instagram or Facebook because I'll put it there. But we're meeting outside the office of the Labor MP in Mount Druitt at 11 o'clock, and we're going to letterbox his seat. So I'm going to be there. Are you guys coming? Can some of you guys join me? So at 11 o'clock, outside the office of the Labor MP in Mount Druitt. And so you can check out my social media to find out where we are. The next thing I'm going to ask you is to call your MPs. Email and call your MPs and tell them what this means to you. And then the third thing is tomorrow this is going to be debated in the Parliament. So if you want to come in and be in the public gallery, I encourage you to come and to watch. And I know it can be devastating when you hear politicians tell us that their efforts have failed tonight, that the Labor Party has ganged up with the Greens to quash the amendments to save little baby girls or little babies who survived their abortion. And you know what Labor said? Labor actually cancelled the conscience vote for its members to push that through. They actually cancelled the conscience vote. They didn't tell us that in the election, did they? They didn't tell that to us. They didn't tell that to us when our vote turned up to church and they were saying we're going to block the bill, we're going to block the bill. They didn't say they were going to cancel the conscience vote. the bill? What does that tell you about the bill? The spirit of the bill. The spirit of the bill. The spirit of the bill that the Labor Party has done a deal with the Greens on is not to save little baby girls, it's to kill little baby girls. Just because they're girls. And that's not good enough. And sometimes this can feel very, very dark. And even if you are not a person of faith, I do want to ask all of us tonight to just join in a closing prayer led by Father Sam French. Could we please
What an incredible privilege it is to be sharing this place with you tonight. All you fighters for justice, for life, for truth. It's been a pretty dark night tonight. Not the results we were hoping for, but it doesn't mean that we stop fighting. It doesn't mean that you stop fighting. But before I just begin this prayer, I just want to acknowledge the incredible work of Dr. Joanna. Can we please put it together? Joanna Howe. So as you can see from the way that I'm dressed, I'm not a politician. But I am a priest. And what that means is in those moments, in these moments of darkness, in these moments where it seems as if evil is getting the upper hand, we continue to fight, but we also begin to pray, and pray all the harder. So I ask of you, whatever your creed, please pray with me as we say, in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, creator and author of life, the very first human right all of us share. You formed each of us standing here tonight in the womb, from the first moment of our existence. Protect all of those babies threatened by abortion laws, and particularly this radical bill. We gather here tonight, united in faith and purpose, standing firmly against everything this bill represents. Guide our voices, not only tonight, but into the future, and guide our actions, that we may courageously witness, now and always, to the truth about human dignity. We pray especially for our lawmakers, all of them, that they may find the wisdom they need and the moral clarity to uphold laws that protect and honour the dignity of every single human life. Give strength to all those who work in healthcare right now, who serve faithfully and are yet threatened by policies that challenge their conscience and their commitment. Give them courage, resilience, and right now, particularly, your protection. We lift up to you, God our Father, all the women who face confusion, fear, and isolation because of pregnancy. Give those women comfort, practical support. May they experience your love and mercy for them through the outreach that we have to them. We pray that you heal the extraordinary wounds that abortion leaves here in our country and in our communities. Restore hope, grant forgiveness, renew us as a society to embrace life fully from conception to the point of natural death. And together may we, all of us here, remain a unified voice, a beacon of moral truth, a witness that every life is precious and an irreplaceable gift from God. And please, Lord God, bring this evil to an end. We ask this in the holy name of Jesus. Amen. Amen.
This is not the end, it is the beginning. It may take us 10 years to end abortion in this country. It may take us 20 years to end abortion in this country. It may take us time for our country. Thank you, Sydney, and good night to you all. So we can take a photo of all of your beautiful faces. Thank you, everybody. So phone lights on.
Christ is King! 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 Christ is King!